gorgeous Hoover, Alabama. It's time for high school baseball on Perfect Game TV at PG's High School Showdown, the 13th edition. Grissom High School, TC Roberson, the Rams, and a couple of gifted programs who have gotten off to good starts in this event again. The rest of the country unable, as we understand it, to be able to enjoy the kind of weather that we are enjoying down here and to open up the high school season. We will do it for you. Again, these TC Roberson Rams, there's some big power in the middle of the lineup as we introduce one of the key hitters that we're excited to see go to work. And we'll see him in just a bit against this Grissom program. Hartzell and Helena out of Alabama. And then, of course, a chance to see a quarterfinal game a little bit later on tonight, possibly IMG Academy, seeing on how they do. We'll have all three of them for you today. Speaking of power, his name is Micah Simpson. He's a senior. He's a left-handed pitcher. He did bolt yesterday. Our PG scout team providing this great footage of leaning on a baseball. He had a triple. He had a homer. He drove in 5. He also hopped up on the mound, went 2 1/3 innings, and struck out 5. It was good all-around day for the man who is headed to go to Western Carolina. And just a little bit past 18 years old from Fletcher, North Carolina. His name is Micah Simpson. Let's take a look at the starting lineup and do so for the Grissom Tigers out of Huntsville, Alabama. Jeremy Brown is their head coach. Cassingham at the top. Burrell, Darden, Blacklock in the middle of the lineup. Ship brothers, Giovanni Russo, and then Griffin Grigsby is the left fielder. Brothers working with Burrell. That is our battery, and we will share it with you. Talk about a picture postcard day. I'm glad we finally came to that center field camera wide shot. The quad looks beautiful at the Hoover Met. Holt Gaston gets ready to go to work, the right-hander. And when you look at Holt Gaston against Josh Burrell, Gaston out of Arden, North Carolina, 21 ranked right-handed pitcher in the class of 2027. That's a good thing. The number 1 right-handed pitcher in the state of North Carolina of all pitchers in the class of 2027. 16 years old, so you're watching a sophomore pitching a very, very big game. Last year at Perfect Game events through 9 2/3 innings and struck out 13. So travel ball numbers, good numbers. We're going to watch him go to work right now. Again, at PG events, the highest number we've seen him get up and touch is 89 miles an hour. All right, we're ready to do this thing. Excited that you're with us. Grissom High School represented as that first pitch. Jeremy Brown, the head coach, sails up and away. Charlie Cassingham is the first man getting a chance to swing the bat. Charlie takes a breaking ball that misses outside. Charlie from Huntsville, Alabama. That one sails high, 3-0 the count. He is a South Alabama commit. And this 2025 is 18-plus years old, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. Senior middle infielder, and he takes high. 4-pitch walk. So for Charles in charge, that's exactly how you want to start things for Grissom. And Grayson Strobel now. This event, born in 2013, this high school showdown. 33 MLB alumni have come and gone on to the major leagues. More than 300 players drafted. Grayson Strobel, another left-handed hitter, and another one that misses out of the zone. Grayson, an Oxford, Alabama resident. Middle infielder by trade and outfielder if you need him. Right-handed thrower as a middle infielder in a 2025, and already it's time for a conversation. TC Roberson from Asheville, North Carolina. Public school that opens its doors in 1962, so 63 years old. Enrollment of about 1,500 students. These are the Rams. As Gaston gets his words of encouragement and goes back to work. Logan Allen, right? Major leaguer, perfect game All-American. You've heard of him. He came through there a while back. A man by the name of Darren Holmes pitched for the Yankees, World Series champions in '98. He went to this school as well. You've heard of Cameron Maben. He's an alum of TC Roberson as well. Longtime major leaguer. That one misses outside. So some fun alums for sure. Christian Moody, Kansas basketball player. Greatest walk-on of all time, many say. He walked on after going to T.C. Roberson. Here's a strike. Runner takes off. Played on a hop. The tag popped down. Asher Ring is the catcher. Chappie Smith is the shortstop. Tried to get there with the tag. Unable to do so. So a stolen bag for Cassingham. Strobel has had a chance to play in 30 perfect game events. He taps the plate and goes back to work. He was 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. Drove in a run. Curveball and a dandy. How about that? Trying to find the strike zone. You wrap a curveball around the outside corner. Strobel last year had a couple of hits. Had a double at the high school showdown. Never got there with that curveball. We saw Grayson most of the time at travel ball events a couple of summers ago. Playing for Top Gun Black. Played in the 17U WWBA. A 400 on base in that event. Played well. He shoots that one foul down the left field line. Grissom High School in Alabama. In Huntsville, Alabama, to be specific, about 2,000 students. School that's 56 years old, opens its doors in 1969. The Grissom Tigers. On-campus newspaper, when they read about it, it's digital now, the Tiger Tail. T-A-L-E. And the 3-2. Good at bat, just hanging around. Pushing it a little further down the hill. Some interesting alumni, by the way. One of the legends, the coach, Jeremy Brown, is an alum, now comes back to coach the school. Love when players do that. Wrecking ball, that's strike 3. He saved the best for last. Gaston gets Grayson Strobel. Gets that arm up top. Whips that hand the other side of the knee. Choked up on the bat, which is key to note. But still, despite choking up on the bat, couldn't make the contact he wanted to. Trying to pick off throw, and that is errant. All the way to third with an easy slide goes Charlie Cassingham. That'll be an error on Holt Gaston. And you're scrapping for the strike zone, and you're working for outs. Your infielders, they'll try to help you out on occasion. Josh Burrell, good pitcher if you need him to be one. In this game, though, he is taking that full-blown responsibility. He can also play infield, outfield. But he gets the start on the mound. Bouncing ball, ground ball. He helps himself out with an RBI. Breaking ball, good contact. 4-3. Zeke Atwaters, the second, made the play. Shooting it on over to Caden Davidson, but Grissom grabs the lead by a score of 1-0. Virgil Grissom High School. Burrell just celebrating his 18th birthday. 0-1 the count. You heard it there, didn't you? First one fouled off by Dalton Darden. Darden, a Huntsville resident, a 27, just turned 16 years old. Oh for 3 yesterday, struck out once. As he looks that one all the way in. Had some good things happen this summer. Played at a PG event in Memphis, was all tournament team member there. 7 hits and 18 at bats. Had 4 walks as well. That's a 500 on base percentage. The event was at USA Stadium complex in Memphis. He played in that event for East Coast Sox. Ball 4. Good energy. It's fun, isn't it? If you're watching in colder weather, we apologize. These athletes enjoying the opening of their season. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back out to California for the SoCal Showdown. Danny Wexelman, Steve Phillips. So a lot of great baseball. The semifinals of that event. Corona High School featured in that event. As Garrett Blacklock takes over the outside corner for strike 1. Top 15 ranked first baseman in Alabama amongst all seniors, 18 and a half years old. Went around, that one skips into the backstop. Allowing the runner to easily move up after the wild pitch. Big breaking ball. Just a little bit too strong. This is the 42nd perfect game event where PG and scouts have been able to watch Garrett Blacklock. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Good breaking ball. That one pops away one more time. That's strike 3. Do they get him? They do not. And a run will score. Well, letting their hair down just a little bit. That's frustrating if, in fact, you're the Rams. You come back, you dig out of a hole if you're gassed, and you get strike 3. Ring keeps it with him, but then the throw is not on the mark. And give Blacklock credit. You hang your head all you want when you strike out, but he didn't do so that time. Looking for that do-over button right now defensively. Train keeps moving down the track, though, and the next car is Zach Ship. 0-1 the count. Senior, 18 years old, Zach. Was 1 for 1 yesterday. Also had a walk, so reached base a couple of times. Played for Top Gun Baseball this past summer at the 17U WWBA. Outside. This right-hander so far fastball has ticked up to 90 miles an hour. He had a 90-mile-an-hour fastball lock in against Dalton Darden. Living in the high 80s, though, as that one is upstairs, 2-2 the count. '90 would be the hardest he's ever thrown as a PG event. Curveball is fouled off. Old dad Jason played junior college baseball at UNC Wilmington. Is a pastor. Mom road crew at Wilmington, as that one is high and is an accountant. Plays for Andy Parton's travel team, Dirtbags National, the Black Squad. Trying to get out of a jam. He's had some good giddy up on his fastball. The 3-2. That's ball 4. Boy, it's been a battle this inning. He can be frustrated maybe with a miscue and a defensive error by the men behind him and the catcher in front of him, but he has now walked 3 in the inning. So on that one, he'll just peek into the mirror for his own frustrations. Cody Brothers. Brothers lines that one toward the alley. Right center field. Racing over toward the gap to make the play is J.T. Smith. Josh Burrell, part of a great collection of athletes in this inning. It was just a timely hit. Let it travel deep. He'll get out there and pitch, but his run broke through, and another would follow.
I believe this is where it all began. And this is the sweetest sound in the world.
Of course, to be able to swing a bat quick, you're going to have to be strong.
I believe you gotta rise before you can shine. That there is no agony worse than defeat.
The question is, does he have bat speed? Does he have what it takes?
And an angel watches over me.
And swing. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
I believe this will all be worth it.
And the next pick in the 2024 draft
JT Smith at the top of the order. You see Micah Simpson. We talked about his big day as a pitcher and a hitter yesterday. Chappie Smith is the shortstop. Lorenzo Lyles rounds things out. Eric Philippek is the head coach of T.C. Roberson. The Rams out of Asheville, North Carolina. Josh Burrell takes this opportunity. Josh driving in the lone run. Ranked as a shortstop, but also pitches Calhoun Community College, his college of commitment. And so excited to see Josh go to work now. JT Smith, his first foe. 11 times this pitcher, Burrell, has been named an all-tournament team member at a PG event, as that one is way inside to JT. Wofford commit, a 2025. He's playing right field in this game, but also a catcher. Can play anywhere on the field, really. Again inside. Smith ranked 13th amongst all catchers in North Carolina. JT played in 22 perfect game events prior to this one, and that one is high. 3-0 the count. Both pitchers kind of juiced up. Right down the middle for a strike. JT playing in 9 PG events last year. Had an on base of 400, slugged 500. It was a good year playing travel ball. Year before that, at his perfect game journey in 2023, had a 450 on base percentage. 3-2. Breaking ball up in the zone, down the line to the corner it goes. Long ways, 330 into that corner. Griffin Grigsby is there, and he makes the play. I think JT wondered if that one would, in fact, go foul, and it never did. Decided if this is going to land, I better take off and get going. Jake Parham with a 2-0 score. Jake pounds that one off the turf, a breaking ball, and he pounds it foul. Jake commit to go to UNC Asheville. Yeah, play football and baseball at Chapel Hill. Mom, volleyball and soccer. And good in the classroom. It's been a 4.1 GPA to this point for Jake. Good 0-2 pitch. Tried to elevate that fastball. Oh, 0-2 the count. Line drive, center field, and it's a base hit. Looked like a slider that stayed letter high. Quick bat through the zone. That's just a nice approach. In front of first baseman Caden Davidson. Uncommitted senior. 75th overall ranked in the state. 7th ranked third baseman. That's a good fastball and an even better take. It had such downward tilt. Looked like it was attached to an anchor. Drives him back to the bag. Caden, 18 and a half years old. 6'3", 195-pound athlete. Quick bat. Right there, left at home plate. Remember Braxton Davidson? I kind of enjoyed him as a perfect game alum. Those two, similar last name, right? Davidson and Davidson. Well, they're related. Braxton Davidson, a one-time perfect game All-American, was a Braves first-round pick out of Roberson. Ended up playing professionally all sorts of places. Braves organization has played independent for a long time since then. In Mexico, played on a couple occasions in the Atlantic League. His driven to center, still going back. It's off the base of the wall. All the way in, standing up. That ball smoked to center field by Caden Davidson. Oh, man. Brax would have loved that one. It was only about ankle high, shoot top high, too, and it carried and carried. All the way toward our camera in center field. Runners on second and third. In front of Micah Simpson. Simpson with that big day yesterday. On the mound, went 2 1/3 and struck out 5. Didn't give up an earned run. He was 2 for 5 with a triple and a homer as a hitter. Micah Simpson pops that one up. Should be deep enough to plate the run. Davidson tags and heads to third as well. 2-1 the score. The Rams get one back. It's an RBI for Simpson. That's 6 RBIs in his first game plus in the tournament. New contact was King. Made pretty good contact. Zach Shipp made the play. Got it back into the cutoff man. Zeb Swangam. Breaking ball. 0-1 the count. Zeb from Fletcher, North Carolina. 19th ranked third baseman in the state. He's played at a dozen PG events. He's worn that Dirtbags uniform before. Nice breaking ball. Good aggressive base running by Davidson. As soon as it would kick far enough away, he took off. Cody Brothers, the catcher behind the plate, did all he could do. Two and two, the count. Got the call over the inside corner. Swingham's dad played college baseball. Coker College, is a golf professional now. Breaking ball, slider inside corner. That's strike 3. Caden Davidson leaned in off that center field wall with the double. Micah Simpson followed it up with exactly what you're supposed to do. Make contact. Make sure you help that teammate get the run home. Through one, 2-1. Perfect Game High School Showdown. Grissom alum Justin Foscue finally made it to the big leagues at 25 years old last year with the Texas Rangers. You may remember Grissom going on and doing amazing things at Mississippi State, grinding it out through the minor leagues, and then last year getting that call. 15 games in the major leagues for the Texas Rangers, a Grissom alum. And by the way, pretty good spring training. He's got 3 hits already. He's got a couple of doubles, so the men who are about to hit are watching very closely as one of their very own, an alumni, is out in Surprise, Arizona, trying to make those Texas Rangers again and make an impact on a team expected to do big things. It's a fun gathering here. It is a who's who of talented high school baseball players east of the Mississippi. Giovanni Russo. Is in the hole very swiftly 0-2. Big, strong, 6'1", 220 pounds. 18-plus years old, corner infielder, as that one's outside. Thought about it, and he did not go. That's Mason Weathers, our first base umpire. Jerry Quinn is the man who asked. And over at third is Chad Morrison. Breaking ball. That's strike 3. Started that one, I think, even on the plate, inner half. Let's watch where this starts. Yeah, that's center cut, right? That one started inner half, ended up center cut. Russo goes down on strikes. And a quick engagement from Griffin Grigsby. Grigsby has played in 20 perfect game events. Had Michael Grigsby II. Summer team Knights South. He has played travel ball with Knights South. Justin Lawless, one of his coaches that has done some of the leading for him. Griffin, a 4.0 student in the classroom. Griffin, line drive, right field. Over the shoulder, nearly overplayed it. JT Smith, do it, young man. That's what athletes can do. They can survive, live and survive after the mistakes they make. It's an empty feeling. Your first step is in. This ball, I think, went further than he thought it would go. Turned it into a pretty play. 0-1 the count, back to the top of the order, and Charlie Cassingham. Charles in charge to South Alabama commit, the number 10 overall player in the state. 0-2 the count. Cassingham played in a bunch of travel ball games last year, 37 PG games. Had an on-base percentage of .524. And .524. Also had 14 doubles. Of his 36 hits, 14 were doubles, 2 were triples, so he slugged .560. That one misses up and away. With good summer for this left-handed hitter. This is D1 commit. It makes sense. That's a big summer going into your senior year. Using every ounce of that 5 feet 8 inches and 160-pound frame. 2-2. Good take. Started it right at his batting gloves, and it ended up at his shoe tops. Inside corner, that's strike 3. Gaston with a big reaction. Gaston with a clean inning. He struck out a pair. That gives him 4 on the game. Look at the comebacker. And a nice job by Asher Ring to frame it up, a thing of beauty.
Ballin' like Houston, hey, feeling like Whitney. I gotta go, dog. I'm riding on the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when they throwing the fastball. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money and let it whip out.
Grissom High School, TC Roberson. TC about to swing the bat. We talked about some of the alum that have made it all the way to the big leagues. I had forgotten. Darren Holmes had a 13-year major league career. Did a ton of pitching. Made 557 appearances in the major leagues, an alum of Roberson. And Cameron Maben, 15 years a major leaguer. Right out 1,000 hits. Maben had a sneaky, really nice career. Maybe you remember Chris Narveson. Played for a decade. Narveson, an alum of Roberson as well. Chris pitched for Milwaukee 09 through 13 and was a Marlin after that. Three gentlemen that have gone on to the major leagues out of TC Roberson High School in Asheville, North Carolina. Chappie Smith takes a pitch high, 1-0 the count to Chappie. I'm a good college soccer player, played Division I soccer at UNC Asheville. His dad Stewart played some high school baseball. As Chappie takes a strike, 1-1 the count. Like, we're collectively allowed to love the name Chappie, right? And that's a great, great baseball name. Chappie Smith. The 1-1 Chappie fights off a breaking ball, has it die behind the bag at second. But it dies a happy death. It's a base hit. Caught the breaking ball out front. Hence the uncomfortable contact, but the strength is what pushed it through. Zeke Atwaters to second. 0-1 the count. Sleek Zeke out of Arden, North Carolina, just past 17 years old. He's a 2026, so another year to enjoy high school baseball. That curveball lifted to the right side. And we'll do it again. Zeke had a chance to play in 14 perfect games last year. 8 hits, 6 walks, only struck out 4 times, had 5 stolen bases. Gosh, his perfect game on base percentage in 2023 was .611. And that one will miss. Zeke 2 for 4 in the opener yesterday. Also had a walk, so he reached 3 times. Zeke Atwaters the third. Waves over the top of that one. Great late breaking ball. Yeah, had him committed to that one. Asher, ring. Asher, the catcher. How's that baseball off? Asher from Asheville, number 16 ranked catcher in the country, or I should say in the state of North Carolina. Curveball, fly ball, shallow right. Back of second base, onto the grass goes Grayson Strobel. 2 outs in the inning. A.C. Reynolds High School, Asheville High School, some of the big rivals of TC Roberson in the Asheville area. Roberson known for being a powerhouse in hoops. cross country, soccer, swimming, tennis, and of course baseball. Two and 0 as that one sinks low. Virgil Grissom, the namesake of Grissom High School, lost his life in the Apollo 1 fire at Cape Kennedy in Florida in 1967. That one lashed down the right field line all the way to the wall. Boy, that is beautiful opposite field hitting. All the way around to score. To be able to drive the ball like that with that kind of power the other way, that was impressive. Lorenzo Lyles, nice to meet you. Look at this ball. It's shot the other way. This one goes on one hop off the wall, high off the wall. And that's the 9-hole hitter Lyles with a double and an RBI. Yeah, you bet. Breaking ball right back to it, strike one. Lyles playing in his 12th perfect game event. Comes up huge. One ball, one strike the count. To JT Smith. JT flied to left field, first time up. That is a tough curveball to deal with. Had a couple of hits yesterday and a walk and 3 stolen bases. Plays his travel ball for Athletes Lab. All tournament last year in the 17U WWBA. Breaking ball impactful. But this game is tied back up at 2. Chappie Smith started it with a pretty single. Didn't hit it hard. Guess who did hit it hard? Lorenzo Lyles. He shrunk this ballpark and did so, hitting it the other way. Because of that, Roberson ties this thing up. Hello, Hoover. We're glad to be back with you. We're glad to be kicking off high school baseball at an event with 33 MLB alumni. One of my faves, Joe Adell. I hope Joe Adell gets a chance to play some center field and do his thing and stretch out this year. Maybe reach that explosiveness and that ceiling that he has back then, by the way, a high school player out of Louisville, Kentucky, Joe Adell. Excited to see C.J. Abrams, who came here years ago with Blessed Trinity. Excited to see him play every single day. Shortstop for the Washington Nationals. His teammate James Wood. Excited to see the IMG alum who played in this event play in the outfield for the Washington Nationals. You get it. This is a great event. It's got a rich history. And let's move it along now as the first pitch Dives low. We've seen this game tied up at 2 apiece. Grayson Strobel takes up and away. Grissom scoring their runs to this point without a hit. They still will go without a hit as Atwaters, the third. The second baseman turns it into an out. The infield from first to third is Caden Davidson, Zeke Atwaters to third, Chappie Smith, and Zeb Swangham. And it's a good one. Simpson, Lyles, Smith, left to right in the outfield. Asher Ring works behind the plate. And the pitcher, Josh Burrell, who drove in a run back in the first, takes up and away. Line drive, right field, toward the track, toward the wall. It's off the wall. The ball is carrying to right field, but let's give some credit to hitters like Josh Burrell and Lorenzo Lyles for letting the ball travel, getting those hands extended, and then shrinking this yard. It's 375 in the alley. It's not a teeny tiny ballpark. Never has been, never will be. And it has that multi-purpose feel out there in right field where it gets really big, really fast. So what an athlete, the pitcher Burrell with the double there. Breaking ball over the outside, missed away from Holt Gaston. Fastball, heavy, but it sinks low. Gaston this inning, 85 miles an hour on the high side, living around 83, 84. Everything's got that arm side run like that. He started that one in. We're watching a sophomore pitch in this fun situation. 16 and a half years old. Line drive left field, base hit. I'm going to send the runner on around. They're going to make him make a play. The throw to the plate. On a hop. Not in time. Trailing into second with the throw to the plate. All the way to the plate is Dalton Darden. Beautiful piece of hitting. Micah Simpson came up throwing, gave it all that he had, but not enough. Single. RBI. And moves to second on this to throw to the plate. That was nowhere close. Took a look in the entire time. Found his dugout for a quick celebration. Garrett Blacklock. Took a roller. That ended up fair. Somehow that ball went fair. I don't think he found it. Got it down off the end of the bat. It just kind of settled into a spinning motion on the turf, and all of a sudden it rolled down the first base line. Ended up fair. So Garrett Blacklock is erased. Watch this. Off the end of the bat. Wait, hold on now. Look at that. Well, that took a massive left turn. That is called cueing a baseball. Zach Shipp. Outside, 1-0 the count to Zach. Zach has played for Top Gun Baseball, for 643 Baseball. Represents Griffin High School here. Mom, a registered nurse, played softball and soccer at UNC Greensboro. Zach also plays football, plays it pretty well. Robbie Brooks is coach of the Top Gun travel team. Pretty breaking ball for a strike. The 1-2. about putting his nose on like a brick wall. Asher Ring behind the plate. I see you, Asher. Senior catcher. One, two, popped him up. Oh, he is fighting the sun. Oh, man. Micah Simpson, nice job hanging in there. You could see Chappie Smith trying to help him. Nothing Chappie could do. Fought that sun, and made the play. Oh, baby. Big swing the other way. Burrow with a double. Darden with a single and an RBI. 3-2 the score.
While you sleep, it's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
DC Roberson with their hands full. The Rams. You can see the home team about to hit now. You look at this program. How good they've been 6 times. The North Carolina-based program has been the state champs in their state. Back-to-back 23 and 24 North Carolina 4A champions. Eric Philippek, their head coach. Shane Galloway, the assistant. And the first pitch is high and inside. The Roberson Rams. Jake Parham ready to roll on behalf of his Rams teammates. Nice take. Nothing you can do with that pitch. It's in and off the plate. Josh Burrell. 12 times we told you, all tournament team member at Perfect Game events. Josh sees that one shot foul down the right side.
Hey, 5-4, Jake, suit up, come on.
Just pitched for VBA Rawlings at Perfect Game 17U National Elite Championship. That event is here at Hoover. Did so last July. Went 5 innings in an outing. Struck out a couple, touched 80 in that game. But also had 4 hits and 2 walks as a hitter. That's a 600 on base. As that one is popped foul.
Fight, Jake, fight.
Pitched for USA Prime at the 17U WWBA. The Hoover Invitational. He's been at this yard quite a bit. Had a big outing, did Josh, at last year's high school showdown. Breaking ball on it. Base hit. Jake Parham. Gaden Davidson shrunk the ballpark, took a pitch, shoot top high, and nearly drove it out of here to the base of the center field wall. Caden takes a pitch that hits the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. This is an athlete that's, as he develops, finds a way to continue to grow, finds a place to play. Could be the middle of the order kind of bat. This for that Dirtbags national travel team. Seen him hit triple digits on exit velo. 1 and 2. Boy, just a little bit low. Sometimes a hitter takes a pitch because he knows it's low. Sometimes a hitter takes a pitch and he hopes it's low. I think the latter was the case with that last one. He again uses that part of the ballpark. Again, it goes to center. Again, it's deep. And again, up and off the wall. How about twice off that center field wall? Big aggressive turn. Scampering back to the bag. It is a pair of doubles. Both of them to center field. Looking forward to seeing where this man finds a place to play, an uncommitted athlete. He fits well in the center of the order of a lineup with that kind of swing. Wow. Ship went back. I thought for a moment it may get out of here, and it almost did. He's been able to strike that post twice. Bottom of the third. Micah Simpson takes a strike. Micah was a TC Roberson Freshman of the Year during his first year putting that uniform on. First team all-conference. And he's a student too, 4.3 GPA. Got him down to a knee. Good 0-2 pitch, fooled him. Nowhere near the ball. I'm telling you, that son, we saw it with left fielders. Micah Simpson was one of them. Couldn't find the baseball. That's an empty feeling for Dalton Darden. Threw his hands out, I've got it, and it was 15 feet from him. Son is tough. Oh, 2, no chase there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Roberson had their fun last night after playing at Dave & Buster's. They went collectively as a team. Good food, good fun. Kept competing, I'm sure. Had some games in. Yesterday, Roberson victors over the Calera Eagles 14-8. 14-8 was the final. Inside corner, that's strike 3. He pulled the string back on him just a little bit. A big strikeout with runners on second and third. Let's see what this was. I'm going to go with changeup. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's just a little slider. Well, he sold it too. Like the house by the side of the road, just still the dangerous Micah Simpson. I'm going to go with changeup. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Zeb Swangam pops a bunt foul, first base line. And so we'll do it again. Conversation time. Game plan time. And I think one of the big things we're talking about here, a little swat on the helmet. Seemed pretty stern. as he expanded his zone just a little bit that first pitch, and what you start doing is you get a little anxious to try to drive that run in. Time is called. I think we may trot a runner out there to second base. So Roberson runs a runner out there, I should say. He'll rove, too, when he gets out there. Isaac Sierra, 5'6", 140-pound sophomore, speedy Isaac Sierra. Bounces around on the bag at second. Big secondary lead coming. 0-2 the count. Josh now feeling it just a little bit. Good breaking ball. He is looking to feed off the greed of Zeb. See if it's another breaking ball here. Gotta block it up if so. It is, and it's spoiled. And Cody Brothers, the catcher, becomes uber important in this situation. If you, in fact, want to spike the bender. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Like that. Good pitch. Needs a strikeout. Would take a one-hopper to the mound. Got his strikeout. Down, then up with the rising fastball, backspinning it. And that is a massive K in the books. Runners remaining at second and third. Boom. And you're thinking breaking ball is going to drop, and it never does. Boy, the game has evolved in a generation. That has become such a weapon. The high fastball. Especially if you can spin a breaking ball down and away, then ride the fastball up. Hit hard on the ground. Diving play up with it on a cross. Did he? Yes, he did. He got out of it. An incredible play. Diving play by Darden. And that saved a couple of runs. Big emotions from Josh Burrell. And a huge pitch. He's got a defense behind him. Breaking ball hung just a bit. Look at this diving play at third. Dalton Darden saved the day. Moments in a game that you look back on and you hope that they hold up and make that big of a difference. This is one of them. Burrell with a couple of huge strikeouts, but then if this isn't knocked down, there are 2 runs that score. And Dalton Darden made an amazing play to fight his way through and come up with what could be a game-saving play. We'll see. We shall see. C.J. Wallace, Winthrop commit. Number 40 on the jersey. We'll get to know Wallace as he works out on the mound. We do know he's a commit, certainly an athlete. That means there's Some good stuff there. Is 2025, 6'4", 225 pounds, just 17 and a half years old. So he'll just be turning 18 when he starts at Winthrop. That lower arm angle as he zips it over the outside corner. Wallace, last year pitching at PG events, got up to 86 miles an hour. Bouncing ball on a sinking fastball. Aiden Davidson over to the bag, gets the catcher, Cody Brothers, on a 3 unassisted ground out. CJ, the son of William Wallace. Dad played some high school baseball. Mom played college soccer at Niagara. The pitcher, also a soccer player, also a basketball player, as he wraps his arm around that one and shoots it to the backstop. Two and 0 the count. You like a pitch like that, you keep it away, you keep it off the heart of the bat. That's a hitter's count of 2 and 0. And not at all a damaged swing as time is called. Just wanted to get a new baseball. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. 3 and 1. That's the most he has turned one loose. Giovanni tied up. Lazy pop out to second. Zeke Atwaters, the third, camps under it. And now Griffin Grigsby. Griff line to right field back in the second inning. Grigsby was 0 for 2 yesterday. Grissom yesterday with a 2-1 nail-biting win over the Thompson Warriors. Charlie Cassingham was great. Went the distance, 6 innings, struck out 9 for Grissom. Gave up just 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. Swing and a miss. That's a heavy D1 sinker right there. That'll play well at Winthrop. Yikes. Diving down toward home plate. Tough to do anything with it, and Griffin knows it.
Wow. Oh, it feels brand new. That's crazy. I feel no pain, nothing. That's so crazy. Zero pain. Zero.
Yo, that's so weird. That's crazy, dude.
Like, I can't feel my traps anymore because they've been going and they're super loose now. But my legs, it almost feels like somebody's just like pump, pump, pump. It feels like you're getting a massage, free massage.
Choose my pros, no better way to go.
We know you're watching on perfectgame.tv, on your PC, or on your laptop. Let's change that. hit that QR code. Grab your smartphone, hit that QR code, get it on your smartphone, then go ahead and get it on up to your smart TV, your tablet. Make sure the Perfect Game TV is part of your sports menu. That's the bottom line. We know we won't do it all for you. You have other apps where you watch your live sports, but make sure we're part of it because we're the future of the game. Look at all those faces and names of all big leaguers that have come through Perfect Game. Documentaries, live events, more than 100 live events this year. Brand new weekly syndicated television style show. And you can follow your favorite athlete. Go find out if there were features about that athlete in their own words. Great interviews, great conversations, great learning, great partners with some new content. Anyhow, we're glad you're here. Zeke Atwaters takes a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count to the right-handed batter who struck out back in the second inning. Zeke pounds that one into the turf. Zeke looks at a breaking ball. Good 0-2 pitch, misses outside. Zeke played for Athletes Lab at this year's 16U WWBA at East Cobb. He was good. 6 hits, 3 walks as he goes up to get that hanging curveball. Turned into an out by Cassingham to finish the thought there. Atwaters with those 6 hits with 3 walks got on base at a .529 clip. Was all tournament. And that is a big event. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of teams playing at that East Cobb event. So good for Zeke. Looks like Roberson's going to go to their bench. I believe that's number 27 there for this program. Let's see. $17, the number on the jersey. Parker Philippek, the 27. Fastball, outside corner for a strike. We've seen Parker at 17 PG events through the years. That got him. He trots to first. Hitting for Asher Ring. Parker was 0 for 2 yesterday, but gone on a couple of times and scored a couple of runs. Head coach Eric Philippek's son. Excited to watch Lorenzo Lyles hit again after what he did last time. Took a ball away and nearly drove it out of here. Crushed a hard line drive to right field. But Isaiah Spencer had to go had to play up against the wall, and it was a double and an RBI. Show and bunt, takes outside. Lorenzo again, trusting his hands, lets it travel deep. In yesterday's game, the win over Calera, he also had an extra base hit, scored a run when he tripled, drove in a pair. Been playing his travel ball for Next Level Baseball, North Carolina. At a .429 on base at the 16U WWBA. Long run into foul territory. That's a good effort. Pounds the fence, unable to haul it in. Isaiah Spencer. Lyles was able to take part in his first PG event back in 2019, a 12U event in North Carolina. He was 5'4", 105 pounds back then. Back in May of 2019. All grown up now as he rolls that one foul. Came to that event as a catcher. Remains a really good catcher or a really good outfielder. Playing, in this case, center field in this game. The 2-2. Lyles again to the big part of the ballpark. A running, leaping grab out there by Isaiah Spencer. 2 outs in the inning. And you can see the approach, and the approach is working. What are we talking about here? Home plate umpire Jerry Quinn takes the bat out of the hand of the batter. Brings his fellow umpires in. Checking the handle, checking the pine tar. Okay. No George Brett at Yankee Stadium moment. But that's might what we would be watching occur. JT Smith reminds him, I don't know that the ball will go any further if there's pine tar further up the bat. Probably would impede me crushing the baseball. But rules are rules. Good pitch. Nice. That's one of those pitches, thoughtful pitch, because if you hit it, it's a ground ball. That's been the case all day long with Burrell, who did drive in a run on his own behalf, by the way, as he works out on the mound. Skied, and that'll get out of here. Beautiful weather here in Hoover. Everything has cooperated. It's been so nice to enjoy this event, this 13th edition of the High School Showdown outside. The Grissom Tigers out of Huntsville, Alabama. T.C. Roberson High School out of Asheville, North Carolina. They're batting. They are batting and hitting it out just short. And it trickles away, far enough away to score a run. One would imagine. Good aggressive turn. Smith goes into second, and a run scores. Boy, an untimely miscue. You have 2 outs. Parker comes all the way around to score after being called upon to pinch hit. And instead of the inning being over, another run is added on. So runner takes off. Counter was full. There is no play there. Ended up being no play there. And then Blacklock had to go chase down the baseball. Fired it home. Not even close. They're on the shortstop that time. Meeting over. Grissom head coach Jeremy Brown. Pitching coaches Chance Childers. Assistants Jason Strobel, Paul Weaver, Walker Sanderson, and Logan Liddy. The coaches for the Tigers, Grissom High School team, Jake Parham. Trying to grab third, throw on a hop, and he's grabbed it. J.T. Smith now a wild pitch away from scoring. This game is tied up at 3.
Let's go, Preston. Let's go.
The 1-0. I think what makes it fun is that when this is outside is to broadcast an event like this and to do so much perfect game content is in my chair. You talk about the prospects. Talk about the best players heading into the draft or into college baseball. But at an event like this, I think what opens your eyes and reminds me, is that there are a lot of players playing in this high school event that are seniors that are playing for the last time. They may play club, they may play some pickup baseball when they get to college. But not every player goes to college. Not every player wants to go to college to play baseball. Some begin their academic journey. Some go to work when they graduate high school, begin their professional careers right away. And I think you probably don't see that as much at travel ball events when the sacrifice is made and the percentage of athletes on the rosters that are going on to college baseball probably a little higher. But not in high school baseball. All different walks of life, these teammates, and that's, I think, we're reminded of that. We talk, oh yeah, I'm playing Gardendale guys from Gardendale High School. I want to make the most of this year because this is it for me. 3-2. That one's popped up. Is there room? There is not, running out of space. Those 3 wonderful words that have been attached in such a magical way to perfect game. Believe in baseball. You can still believe in baseball and be done playing baseball when you're 19 years old and enjoying watching baseball while you're a college student. Maybe you're believing in it enough to keep playing. Believing in it enough to land on your backside and make a play like Garrick Blacklock. Things got a little squirrely defensively for Grissom. And when that occurred, no out at second, heck, no out at first. And it cost him a run. With that, we're tied at 3. High school showdown in Hoover, Alabama. What a beautiful day it is in the deep south. Look at the trees surrounding this gorgeous complex. The Hoover Met, the unique stadium, the home of this high school showdown, also the SEC tournament, also in 1994. I've got to mention it every time, where Michael Jordan played right field. Way back when, the voice of the Barons was still the voice of the Barons up until last year. Kurt Bloom, a mentor of mine and a good friend. I want to congratulate Kurt. And it seems appropriate as we're here in Alabama, as whether it was here in Hoover at the new ballpark for the Birmingham Barons, announcing his retirement from minor league baseball broadcasting after a generation and a half of one of the great voices of baseball in the South. And again, when I was a minor league announcer, I actually was the voice of the Jacksonville Suns in 1994, the year Michael Jordan played for the Birmingham Barons. And so I got a chance to be the opposing announcer while Michael Jordan played right field. And of course, the announcer for Michael's team was Kurt Bloom, who has had a magical broadcasting career. I'm excited to see what's next for CB. He's joined us quite a bit on Perfect Game content at this event specifically. So congrats to one of my dear friends, mentors, and colleagues. All right, C.J. Wallace, you and your heavy sinker. Let's see what you've got for us. Charlie Cassingham. Yeah, that's some nasty stuff. Comes down low, slings it. Cassingham scored a run back in the first, stole a bag, walked. And also struck out looking. Charlie pounds it onto the turf. Hustling to the bag, and just in time there is Wallace. You can feel like, with that low arm angle delivery, that when he's right, he's going to get a lot of that. Hitters hitting the top side of the baseball. Infielders tip of their toes when this guy's on the mound. 0-1 the count, CJ to Grayson Strobel. Back to it. On the ground again. Sliding down to a knee. That's a nice play by Zeke Adwaters. Oh, it was hard hit. That got a lot of the plate. That's the hard thing about a sinker. When it gets belt between the belt and the knees and flattens out, it gets hit like that. So pretty approach. But Adwaters got rid of it quickly, popped right back up on that turf. This one hop, boom. He actually had to play it on a backhand on a second hop, which made it tougher. 1-0 the count to Josh Burrell. Make it 1-1. Watching Wallace work the Winthrop committee, just looks like a guy who's comfortable with the way he does it. 1, 2, 3. C.J. Wallace. T.C. Roberson scores the run and ties it up. They look to their veteran, their college commit, C.J. Wallace, to put a 0 up on the board, and he does just that.
Seth Hernandez is the #1 right-handed pitcher in the country. It's a fastball that can climb up into the high 90s when he's right. This is his debut as Hernandez rocks and fires right over the top of that one. Nasty pitch. Slider, strike 3.
Really putting on a show, let's be honest.
Seth Hernandez has settled in. He has struck out 7. Velocity up to 98 miles an hour here in Southern California. Aiden Aguayo, the shortstop. Couple of runners on. Breaking ball, rush towards center field to the wall. Gone!
350 to dead center. The Wizard puts on a magic show.
That's high school baseball, much like this is high school baseball. The semifinals of the SoCal Showdown. Danny Wexelman, the voice you heard, is wrapping her trip back from Stanford University, where she produced a wonderful short documentary. She'll be calling that game with Steve Phillips. And again, it's Corona and a chance to see such a talented player. So excited to have that one for you. I mean, really excited to have that one for you. We'll do so tomorrow. Griffin Grigsby moves to the mound. Grigsby was in left field. Let's follow the changes here. Grigsby moves to the mound. And over to third base moves Josh Burrell. And Dalton Darden moves to left field. Third baseman Darden moves to left. Pitcher Burrell moves to third. And left fielder Grigsby moves to the mound. Defensive changes for Grissom. It's getting good here. By the way, getting really good. If you just hopped on, you high school baseball junkies, glad to have you with us. This is Davidson again. Caden has been playing pepper with the center field wall twice. He is doubled to the biggest part of the yard. Away we go as that one misses outside. 1-0 the count. Pick your poison. Just know he's going to get extended. This was his last at bat. Thought this one might have been getting out. It was really close. Back of that batter's box. And a late call of time. Jerry Quinn's our home plate umpire. Mason Weathers is at first. Chad Morrison at third. 2-0 the count. T.C. Roberson. 3-0 the count to the T.C. Roberson Slugger Davidson. Asheville, North Carolina, the home city of these Gray Unied men. And that's ball 4. At 80 miles an hour, that's what we're seeing from Grigsby. Yeah, Simpson had a big day yesterday. He drove in 5. He drove in another one with a sacrifice fly. 6 RBIs first 2 games. Here's number 30 again. Sinks low. 1-0 the count. Good take. You try to pull that baseball, you've rolled it right to the second baseman, possibly for a double play. Simpson, let's see if he can get a similar pitch and shoot it to left field. Grigsby pretty deliberate in figuring out the signs. Now he squares the bunt. That's right back to that sinker, and it's a good one. 2-1 the count. On the ground. There's that ground ball we were talking about. There is that double play. Sinker, sinker, sinker. And you try to pull it, you're in big, big trouble. That's exactly what happened. 4, 6, 3 double play. Strobel to Cassingham on the Blacklock. And Grigsby and Wallace have a real similar approach. And that bat took a different turn. He really was in the driver's seat. 2-0 was the count. Squared the bunt on 2-0 and took a strike. And all of a sudden, a little bit of confidence goes back to Grigsby. And it's a different look. Keegan Radford, a sophomore. Radford swings it. The pitch misses up and away. Keegan, 5'10", 170-pound catcher. Has played everywhere as that one stays inside. He's 16 years old. He's played middle infield. He's played outfield as well. 2-1 the count. 0 for 1 yesterday, struck out in his lone plate appearance. Radford to left field. Trickling back, fighting the sun, and making the play out there. Dalton Darden. A walk, and then a little bit of a confidence boost as Grigsby threw a sinker from heaven. And all of a sudden, a 4-6-3 double play gets him closer to back in the dugout. If you're just joining us, this is what you've missed. Dylan Darden, who made a fine play on a double play earlier in this game. Diving attempt, knocked it down, would have scored a couple of runs. He also drove in a run as well. Burrell, 5 strikeouts without a walk. Gaston, 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. And Caden Davidson with a couple of doubles as we move along to inning number 6. By the way, over on field 2, not too far from here, IMG Academy in Oxford. A 5-2 lead for IMG. Should IMG hold on, we'll see them in our final game tonight. Should they hold on, All-American Dean Moss is 2 for 3 in that game with a couple of RBIs. Sean Gamble is 1 of 4 with a run scored. Calvin Paulino Jr. has a pair of hits as well. All-Americans and future All-Americans coming up with big hits for IMG. That one toward right field. Toward the alley it goes. Down. It will roll all the way to the wall. Flying on around the bases. All the way to third he goes with a big aggressive turn, and then he lays on it like it's a pillow. A little night-night pillow with some swim. Chappie Smith couldn't go get it. Dalton Darden crushed it. And there was not a defender with the ability to get that baseball. And that was absolutely destroyed by Dalton Darden. 3 bases against C.J. Wallace. You can make up the celebration as you go along. All right, we got a pinch hitter here. Was supposed to be Blacklock. Let's see. Keegan Thompson. Keegan Thompson. And Keegan takes over the outside corner for strike 1. Feet pretty close together, wagging that bat behind his head. Thompson on the ground. They're playing halfway, and runner will stay put. That's a big, big out right there. And Thompson leaking out in front on that heavy, heavy sinker. That's what he does. Playing him perfectly defensively, and a nice job by Adwaters, even though he took a tumble just a bit, popped right back up and looked right at that runner. Talking situations, obviously, we know who this pitcher is just by watching in C.J. Wallace, the Winthrop commit, with that heavy, good sinker. Imagine you keep the defense. Eric finishes his thoughts. You keep the defense in a spot where they can do the same thing. Maybe not all the way in right there at the cut of that faux grass, but close. Team out of North Carolina. Team out of Alabama. A team out of Alabama swinging the bat as that one dives in and off the plate. Zach Shipp walked, popped up to the catcher. Central Alabama Community College commit. Good take because it's a pitcher's pitch. Well, it looked like that was maybe a baseball off, but what do you do with that one if you swing at it? Go ahead run, 90 feet away. Awkward in between swing, 1-2 the count. Goodness, that sinker has teeth, doesn't it? Wanting a strikeout, needing a strikeout, this ground ball pitcher. The 1-2, outside. I'm trying to recall a slider. I think he's thrown one. It's been sinker, 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 heavy fastball after heavy fastball. The 2-2. Sinker, that's strike 3, right at his shins, and down he goes. Why throw a slider when you can do that to Zach Shipp? What a big strikeout this was. Look at the movement here. The horizontal movement on that baseball, the sink on that baseball. All right, Cody Brothers, a chance to be a hero. Started him off with a heavy sinker. Now gets on the side of it. That's kind of the only battle you can see. When the arm drops a little bit low, becomes a touch more sidearm. Otherwise, when it's just above that, and that wrist, and he's on top of that baseball, it's diving like that. Couple of strikes on the batter. And the right-hander deals it. Good take, it's low. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. C.J. Wallace. Bouncing ball, middle of the infield, across the bag, the throw. Got him! Wow, what a play by Atwaters. A game-saving play by Zeke Atwaters III. He ran so far to his right, went to the shortstop side of the bag. Once he settled, he paused, he fired a strike.
One, two, three, work!
Yes!
Mine bat's better than any other bat I've used last year.
This bat just had more pop than any other wood bat that I ever used.
Wood bat league gonna go crazy this summer.
These bats are absolutely juiced.
Keegan Thompson will remain in the game and play first base for Grissom. Perfect Games High School Showdown. 13th edition of this great event. Very busy weekend. An event that was born in 2013. College commitments up to 4,000 since this event has been born. 315 players drafted. 33 have gone on to the major leagues. We talked about the fun first-round picks that have come out of this event. We'll remind you in just a minute, but first let's watch Chappie. Chappie drops down a bunt. Chappie Smith, come on now. Great name, even a better bunt. They call me Chappie. I mean, you know where I'm going with that. Call me Chappie, and bunts make me happy. And it's a leadoff base hit. He took a look down there. He saw Burrell, that was the pitcher, moved to third and took advantage of it. Breaking ball up and over the head of Zeke. Zeke the hero. Zeke the defender. Zeke seeking his first hit. Zeke Atwaters to third. The 20-26. Zeke pounced that one off the turf. They're going to try to get two. Atwater's racing up the line, and they won't do it. It skips away. How far? Did it get into the dugout? That's a small spot. They're talking about an aggressive slide over there. Cassingham making his case. Head down. Let's watch to see if we can catch this slide. Hard to tell. We followed the baseball as we should. It was no play at first. Yeah, he didn't mean to, but he did get Strobel with his spikes. You could tell, though, that was not a dirty slide. Not at all. But the feet kicked up for just a moment. And, yeah, he's going to be hobbled a little bit with that one. Grayson Strobel walking it off. Most important thing, you hope that man's okay. Chappie went in. Spikes popped up as he hit that turf and unfortunately banged into what looked like the shin of Grayson Strobel. Most importantly, let's hope he's okay. So, Zeke, we think about stealing Zeke. What do you think at home? This is a ground ball pitcher. Instead, it's a bunt. And a little bunt and run. And the only reason I talk about that, the possibility, and this will make sense, you're probably thinking it with me, both Grigsby and Wallace are double plays waiting to happen. Heavy fastballs, ground balls, doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. You want to stay out of that double play, and maybe if you steal it, you get yourself a chance to grab that go-ahead run. There goes the runner. It was a hit and run. He waved right through it. And it's a stolen base. Wait, the man is down in Cassingham. They call the runner out. Stealing a base. I'm curious what the call is here. First of all, the collision. You hate to see anybody down for any reason. Why are we calling the runner out here? Oh, the batter interference. Yeah, okay. So swing. Follow through. Yeah, it's called at home plate. It wasn't called out on the bases. That's nothing to do with why our man is down here. I'm trying to see. I know we had an angle. It was hard to tell if, in fact, I mean, he chased the pitch up and away. That's his right. If he truly impeded the throw, let's see if we can get angles of whatever we can get angles of. Yeah, it looked like just an ankle roll and a wrist. His sunglasses came off. He came and he hit the shoulder. The throw was on the first base side. Let's see one more time here. See, let's hang with this. Let's see. Well, that's a tough call. I mean, that's a tough call right there. So interference, runner is returned to first. The breaking ball is outside. guessing by the letter of the law, if your body takes you on into the home plate area, then you can be called out. He did not impede that throw, though. All right, let's see what they do with the runner now. I think we chased and got all the proper storylines. I think that all makes sense. 1-1 the count to Lorenzo Lyles. He doubled back in the second inning. Breaking ball, ground ball to the right side. On we go to the seventh inning. The Tigers, the Rams, J.C. Roberson, and Grissom. Perfect Games High School Showdown. Let's play this last frame. Hoover, one more inning. Maybe. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we play on. Perfect Games High School Showdown. 3-3 the score in the top half of inning number 7. Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us. Thanks for spending time with all of us. C.J. Wallace has been a tough man to square up. Let's see if that occurs. Giovanni Russo. Big Gio. Fills out that jersey like a middle linebacker, doesn't he? Big Gio's 0 for 2. Gio built like he has the key to the weight room. And away we go. Pretty sunshiny day, picture postcard day here in Hoover. Gio pounds that one on the turf, bobbled, recovered, out. Zeke stuck with it, and one out here in the top of the 7th inning. Griff knows what this is all about because Griff pitches the same way. Griffin Grigsby, a fellow sinker baller. Let's see how he approaches C.J. Wallace. 0-1 the count. It's one thing we talk about, the swing and miss stuff. I mean, it's big swing and miss stuff. Over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1-2 the count. The Winthrop commit, C.J. Wallace deals it. Rolled toward the hole. Little slide from Zeke. Right back up with it. What a play. Bouncing around. Smile on that face. Good teammate there. 2 big outs. Look, you cannot, and I mean cannot, be surprised as a defender when you're playing behind C.J. Wallace. Charlie Kessingham takes outside. Zeke Atwater's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 assists as a second baseman in this game. 2-0 the count. CJ the cool customer was right back on 2-0 with the pitcher's pitch. 82, 83, 84 miles an hour from Wallace. Look at the movement on that one. We've seen CJ Wallace. I'm up to 86 at a perfect game event. Swing and a miss. That's some lightning through those fingertips. That one ran 1.5 feet into the other batter's box. Cassingham goes down on strikes. Now, Wallace set the tone with the 1-2-3 inning, and he set the stage for his teammates to walk it off. Stay tuned for the bottom half.
Players want to maximize their potential.
They are chasing the wrong thing.
Being better is personal.
What works for one player doesn't work for all players.
Players need to be told what they're good at, what they're not good at, and what they need to work on.
They need to be given a personalized plan to help them get to where they want to be.
That's how players get better.
That's how they maximize their potential.
That's how they become great.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us as we build the future of intelligent players.
The weather is warm and it's the perfect time of year to cook outside. Loco Smart Temp griddles provide precise and controllable griddle surface temperatures ranging from 250 degrees all the way up to a sear setting. The cooking temperature always stays exactly where you set it, so your meal always comes out just right. Cultivating great experiences is part of our DNA, and everyone has a seat at our table, so pull up a chair. Cook faster and party longer with Loco cookers.
See if there's some drama. And see if there's some fun to be had as we go to the bottom half of the second inning, seventh inning, I should say. Misspoke dramatically there. 3-3 the score, 10 total hits, a couple of miscues combined, 6 overall runs. This game's been well played. This game's been well pitched. Miscues have not ruled the day, which is fun to see. And later in this game, it's been a couple of men out of the bullpen and their heavy sinkers, C.J. Wallace and Griffin Grigsby, that have been really fun to watch. Top of the order for Roberson. The North Carolina-based team. There's a curveball for strike one. Grigsby, 2 innings without a strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Pitch number 22 from this right-hander is a fly ball on a breaking ball. Hangs up for a long, long time. Racing over his shoulder. Banging against the wall. What a play by Zach Shipp. That ball kept going, and all of a sudden it was deep into the alley. All traveling right now in the afternoon. He was rewarded for a very level swing, big launch angle. But Shipp had to run a long, long way to go get that ball. Jake Parham. Right back to the curveball. So just when you think you're comfortable with all sinkers, it's been all curveballs this inning. Jake 2 for 3 in this game. Scored a run as well. Hey, we're storytelling here about reliever C.J. Wallace. Came on after Holt Gaston. Wallace out of the pen. The Winthrop commit, it's been 4 innings, 1 hit, and 3 strikeouts. And by the way, his strike percentage, 75% of all pitches thrown have been strikes. Jake, meantime, is 2 for 3. And this game's most dangerous hitter waits on deck in Caden Davidson. Oh, 0-2. Took a stab at that outside corner and got it. 1-2 the count. IMG has defeated the Oxford Yellow Jackets. They'll be part of our broadcast tonight, our final broadcast. They'll take on the winner of Loganville High School and the First Academy. But IMG victorious. Dean Moss, a couple of hits. Sean Gamble, 1 for 4. Calvin Paulino, a pair of hits. 1-2, strike 3, inside corner. That curveball, weapon of choice this inning for Grigsby. A long talk, Steve Phillips and I last night during the broadcast about throwing that classic 12-6 curveball, how tough it is to command. PG prospect Max Hemingway got to say for IMG, by the way. Well, a pretty good pitch. It's called low. Caden Davidson has walked, and he has doubled twice off the wall in center field. See if he can slip one over that wall. Make it a perfect day. Now, 2 really good takes. Sometimes you know how locked in a hitter is, not by how he swings, but by how he takes. How on balance and in command he is. That's a good 2-0 pitch. And by the way, that's a manly 2-0 hack. That's what you want. If you're going to unload 2-0, swing it like that. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count. Micah Simpson, who has 6 RBIs in the first 2 games, waits on deck. The 3-1. Ground ball, hit hard, base hit, center field. What a big day for Davidson. That's his 3rd hit. He's been on safely 4 times. And he keeps the inning alive in front of Simpson. It's not always how far you hit the ball, but how hard you hit the ball. You always take notice when a ground ball is hit and the defender takes a step and stops, knows he can't get there. Micah hitless today, but does have a sac fly and an RBI from back in the first inning. Last time up, rolled into a 4-6-3 double play. Two 2-0 the count. Takes up and away, Micah Simpson, patiently navigating his way through this at bat. The Western Carolina commit. Top 22 outfielder in the state of North Carolina. Taking all the way, and it's ball 4. Winning run is at second base now. Pitched him carefully, didn't he? Whether that was with intent or not sure. Zeb swinging. Swang him. Some encouragement from his infield, from Thompson, Strobel, Cassingham, Burrell. Zeb 0 for 3. One and 0 the count to Zeb. Couple of strikeouts and a fly out to left field. That one dives low. 2-0 the count. Two 2-0 the count on Zeb. Winning run at second. Defensive swing, 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Fletcher, North Carolina, the home of Zeb. Nearly 18 years old, this senior. Laura, an educator, went to Appy State. Into the catcher's mitt it goes, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, 2 on, 2 outs. Tied at 3. Bouncing ball, third base side, charging, fielding, firing, in time! Oh, what a play by Burrell. Started on the mound and kept this game alive. That's a do-or-die play. Instead of bases loaded, 2 outs, his team gets back in the dugout with a chance in extra innings to grab the lead. Can't do it much better than this. Perfect Game's High School Showdown flexing. Eighth inning. Who blinks? I'm telling you, if you've watched this game, I think we all find it hard to think that anybody's going to do anything against this man, as tough as he looks with. Again, I don't know that he's thrown a breaking ball. If ever a pitcher looked like, I know who I am, I'm comfortable with my arm slot and the pitches I throw, it's C.J. Wallace. Kind of an old soul. I mean, this he's pitching like a college pitcher, and certainly going to be a very good one. He takes a moment to gather himself one more time. Grayson Strobel. Strobel's looked at him now. He gets to see him again. Couple of ground ball outs. As a matter of fact, we talked about it earlier. Zeke Atwater, it's the second baseman, has been punching the clock over and over on those ground balls. 0-1 the count. I mean, like a piranha swimming in there with teeth. Oh, 2. Arm underneath that one. You go back a couple of years, C.J. Wallace was at the 13U Showcase, Southeast Showcase, throwing 73 miles an hour, trying to figure out who he was as a pitcher as the bottom falls out of that one and Grayson Strobel goes down on strikes. That has the amount of movement of a like a split-fingered fastball. Every pitch, 82 to 84, every pitch that kind of movement. And they're all strikes. Calhoun commit. Josh Burrell made that fine defensive play as he takes just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. That's the only time it fights him. When that arm angle drops down just a little bit, he gets in the side of that baseball, but that's rare. Hard hit, foul ball. And that'll happen a lot. The baseball has teeth. The foul ball has teeth. C.J. Wallace went in tight. Burrell walking it off now. My favorite is hearing from either the dugout or for the stands the constant words to walk it off and to walk it off. And I'm sure at some point Burrell has something else he'd like to say back to whoever gives him that sage advice when it feels like someone just hit you with a ball-peen hammer. 2-2 the count. Human nature, right? Here we go. Rolls that one to the right side, down to a knee again. Davidson, I make the point. Doesn't mean you'll make the play every time, but if you're not ready on the infield, then you probably should turn your stuff in. Dalton Darden in the 6th inning. Crushed a triple to right center field. Little pillow, then swim move. He almost took too aggressive of a turn, and that had to be a good feeling. And Dalton into center field, goes right back to work, back to live action. Go-ahead run is there. So how about the day for Dalton Darden? Walk, single RBI, triple, and then single. Could be the go-ahead run. If it comes around to score, would be the go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. Keegan Thompson. Outside. Keegan grounded out to second, back in the 6th inning against this very same pitcher. I think everything's in play as far as running. Everything's in play. And with a pitcher this hot, you take a chance. Why not? And Wallace is aware of that. Bouncing ball. Takes a high hop right next to the bag. The only play is to first, stayed on the bag. Chappie Smith had a decision to make. He opted to get it to Caden Davidson. And Davidson, despite stretching pretty far towards the edge of that bag, stuck it. Stayed on the bag. Another ground ball out. That is the story of C.J. Wallace. And another 0.
First, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Three, bottom 8. Hartzell, Helena coming up next. IMG Academy against First Academy or Loganville coming up later on tonight at Perfect Games High School Showdown. Really glad to have you spending time with all of us, Darren Sutton and our incredible production team. As that one sails high, Grigsby against Chappie. Chappie, couple of hits, last one a bunt for a base hit, just a sophomore. That one's outside, 2-0 the count. Grigsby 3 shutout innings on the mound, a couple of walks, 1 strikeout. About half his pitches have been strikes, so 50-50. As that one sails up and in. On the other hand, C.J. Wallace out of the pen for Roberson, 5 innings, 4 strikeouts. 3/4 of his pitches were strikes. Inside, ball 4. That's your winning run. Let's watch the base pads and see what happens. Remembering that when he goes back to that fastball, Grigsby, it's a ground ball waiting to happen. Zeke, 0 for 3. Struck out, ground out, reached on a fielder's choice, way high and inside. So Zeke has been good, really, really good defensively. It's been a pleasure to watch him play out there. See if maybe he can play the role of hero here as a reward for the great glove that he flashed. He takes a strike, 1-1. Let Zeke drive it in the gap somewhere. Let's not make Zeke give up an out here. Back of the box, slightly open stance. Runner goes to the backstop. It goes, and now runner at second base, 2-1 the count. 1 strike on the batter. You still have that option if you really want to push it and ask Zeke to drop down a bunt. Let's see, or you can give him a shot to win the game. He squares, gives himself up, and it's a bunt foul. 2-2 the count. All right, let's see if he can drive one somewhere, move that runner to third, or better yet, move him home. Two. Pulls his hands in, fly ball, left field, well struck, going back over the shoulder. It's dropped. It's dropped. They'll strop the runner at third. That ball dropped out there in left field. Dalton Darden, who made a game-saving diving play at third earlier in this game, could not hold on. And for sure, Zeke is at second. He was running hard. As he turned, it looked like it just popped in and out of his glove. Error on the left fielder, a walk, and then an error on the left fielder. Sunny out there. Sky's tough. Infield in. Intentionally walked to load the bases. Lorenzo, it's your chance to be the hero. Lyles with a double earlier in this game. Way inside, 1-0 the count. T.C. Roberson looking to stay undefeated, to move on. The 1-0. Hit hard. Base hit. Left field. T.C. Roberson walks him off. Have a day, Lorenzo Lyles. Have a day defensively, Zeke Atwaters. And this game is won because of C.J. Wallace and his work out of the bullpen. How fun is that, celebrating with your teammates? It's a 4-3 victory. T.C. Roberson is victorious. The pride of Asheville, North Carolina, with a big win over the talented and gifted school out of Huntsville, Alabama. What a fun day of baseball, and we're about 45 minutes away from more of it. Helena is getting ready to go, and they will play on against Hartselle, the Tigers. Both looking for a big challenge, both looking to win a title here at the Perfect Game High School Showdown. On behalf of our entire production crew, my name is Darren Sutton. Roberson wins it in a walk-off. We'll see you in a bit.